Hi everyone, welcome back to another talk hosted by Unicast AI. I'm Benoit, and today we are diving into a topic that sits right after the intersection of work here at Unicast, the future of work in Web3, and the emerging role of AI agents. So, for those who don't know, Unicast AI is the next generation career hub for the Web3 industry. We have a Web3 job board directly on Telegram with a mini app and smart bots powered by AI, and we transform how talent and freelancers connect with Web3 project with an AI-powered platform which is community-driven. And joining us today is Pierre, CEO of DigNow, a project building intelligent data infrastructure that powers AI agents with verified crypto data. And today we'll talk about what happened when AI agents start doing Web3 jobs, how humans and AI collaboration will actually work, and what it means for people building careers, product, and infra in the space. So, thank you for joining us, Pierre. Could you introduce yourself and share how you first got into Web3 blockchain space?
Yeah, thank you, Johan, for having me today. Hello, everyone. Very happy to come here and to discuss about DigNow and what we can envision regarding AI and crypto. So thank you for the invitation. And yeah, just a few words about me. So I'm 41. I live in Switzerland. I created the company with my co-founder 1 year ago, based in Switzerland. And I started my journey in the crypto space in early 2022 as a professional. I used to be a project lead for a startup called Wakweli, based in Geneva also. So I've done a lot of things there. You can imagine in a startup, you do everything. And that was a very good experience. And also, what's the most important in the crypto space is the network. And when you start to work in a company, very early stage company, you have a contact with a lot of people in the space, and that's very, very important. So I can also imagine that for everyone looking for a job in Web3, the network is the most important thing, and that's really helped us now to develop DigNow. Before that, I used to be project manager, operation manager in large corporation. I've been working doing that for 15 to 16 years. And in 2021, I did my pre-40s crisis, let's say. So I decided to jump into the crypto space. So I did a lot of reading, watching videos just to understand the blockchain technology. And during this time, I decided to do the certification from MIT in blockchain, and I started to try to find a job. And this is how I started. And it happens like 3 years after buying my first Bitcoin in 2018. So I've been a crypto guy since a lot of time now. And yeah, when you start to work as a professional, it changes everything for your understanding of the crypto market and what crypto really do as innovation for economy. So yeah, that's little word about me, Johan.
Great, thank you. And now you are leading DigNow. Can you share how it started and what problem you are solving?
Yeah. So, when my co-founder was one of the first IT engineer at Swissborg, and in 2018 we started to have a WhatsApp group with friends, families, some colleagues of the work, and we really understood that it was complicated for anyone to jump into crypto space because you need to understand the technology, you need to understand the business side of it, and it requires a lot of knowledge, and it takes some time to be really efficient and to understand the market, even if you never understand 100% the market, of course. But so starting from there, this is why we decided 1 year and a half ago to create a solution that could help people to better analyze crypto projects. And that was really the beginning of DigNow. And we wanted to have a very data-driven approach. So that's why DigNow is a data infrastructure. meaning that we we are really focusing on off-chain data of crypto projects. Uh, Rather, you can see that there is a lot of on-chain data providers in the space. So it's quite interesting because they are doing it for a lot of them. They are doing a good job, but there is not this kind of infrastructure for off-chain data. And if you want to invest, for example, in a med tech company, there is no on-chain data because there's no blockchain behind it. So every investors are looking at off-chain information like the team, the market, the technology, the IP and everything. And this is clearly what we are doing at DigNow, focus on this kind of information and link this data with on-chain data to have a very holistic approach of how we can evaluate a crypto project. So this is, we started for B2C and now we are really focusing on B2B because there is a lot of companies, data companies, analytics companies, um, investors also for due diligence, and now AI agents that need this kind of data to make smarter decision. And that's really the goal of DigNow, to help companies, to help AI agents make smarter decision in the space regarding crypto projects.
Okay. And when you mean providing data, is it different from an oracle?
Yeah, that's a good question because when we started to think about how to deliver data 1 year ago, we didn't want it to deliver the data on chain.
Hmm.
We were really focusing on delivering data through API for companies, through dashboard also, which is quite interesting for um, professional or maybe also some individuals to access data. And some months ago, we decided to add this Oracle part for DigNow, meaning that, for example, if we look a new project, a small one, and we analyze around 1,000 data points per project. So that's about the team, that's about the tokenomics, the incorporation, and all these kind of data are quite interesting for DeFi protocol, for example, because a lot of companies, there are a lot of DeFi protocol, they want to evaluate the risk of a project or a smart contract or a token. And we can expect that in the coming years, a lot of institutions, they will come to DeFi and they will have a much more data-driven approach. So to have this approach, they need to have more data. And now mainly the prices, mainly now the Oracle, they deliver prices data. So that's the case for Chainlink. Regarding crypto project, they have, of course, other kind of off-chain data, but regarding crypto project, it's mainly prices. And we think that there is really a gap now to also bring all the kind of off-chain data and bring that on-chain. And that's really one of the differentiation of DigNow regarding the other Oracle that exists now in the space.
Okay, that's interesting. Could you maybe share some use cases of how your clients are using your platform? For example, an example with the B2C side and maybe as well the B2B side. Is it mainly used for investments analytics?
Yeah, so we are still in early stage, so we are working on the development right now of the company. So we are not ready yet to have our first customers, but we already have 4 companies very interested in buying our data. So in one of them, I will not share the name, of course, but it's a company scoring crypto projects. So now they mainly do that on chain, and they want also to access data to improve their scoring, regarding projects. So the information that we're going to deliver will be more with an API, and they will use all this data with LLM to increase the scoring according to their criteria, according also to their experience in the space, because they are guy from TradFi initially. So that's one of the kind of use case of our data. One important one is the one for AI agent, because there is a lot of layer 1, layer 2 dedicate, specifically working on AI agent. and they need to access data. So some of them, they developed data marketplace. Some will be powered with API and some other through MCP format. There are other also coming like A2A from Google, but let's say for now it's more MCP, but it changed very fast. So we'll have to move the format of how we deliver data. So you have some data marketplace where AI agents are connected, and they have one specific purpose like trading, investment, research, community management, for example, and they also need to access data. So this kind of information, specifically tailored for AI agents through MCP format, will be very interesting for this kind of AI agent. And it could be AI agent off-chain, and it could be also AI agent on-chain. That will be for both. So that's mainly for B2B. If you think about some researchers, professional in the space, some of them, they really want, to go into a dashboard, look at the data, benchmark data. And that's why we'll have a little bit later this year the dashboard of DigNow, where everyone will be able to access data of crypto projects. So that will be mainly for a professional looking for due diligence like investors, and also for retail investors, even if that's not our first target. But if the dashboard is ready, it will be interesting for us to give access to that, because that will be more customers, of course. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Is that the TaskHub? Or can you tell us more about the TaskHub platform?
Yeah. So to explain, regarding the tech part of DigNow, how do we collect, verify, and deliver the 1,000 data points per project? So we started the company with only AI, saying, okay, we're going to do that with AI. And very fast, we understood that it was not possible, because we could not rely 100% on AI, because there is a trend for hallucination, which make almost impossible for a company now, a data company, I mean, to verify 100% of the data using only AI. So that's why we decided to add a decentralized community through TaskHub, which is the community platform, to collect and verify the data that AI is not able to collect and verify. So we've designed a mechanism behind it, where what we call the multi-agent system. So we have many AI agents that collect some data, verify some data, and we developed what we call the trust score, meaning that for each data points, we have a score according to the source where we take the data from. And that's very interesting, because we have a dynamic way of evaluating the source and the accuracy of data. So we do that with AI, and if the level of accuracy is not as good as we defined, then we are going to create a task on our TaskHub for the community to verify this data manually. So we'll have many people answering the same question or the same tasks, and at the end we will over verify this data using our multi-agent system. So that's the way that we found to ensure speed thanks to AI, and also to ensure accuracy thanks to the participation of human, which make our solution from 80% accuracy to 99% accuracy with this model. And that's one of the main differentiation of DigNow. So we use the human in the loop to increase really the accuracy of our data. So that's a big differentiation that you can see now in the crypto market. Yeah.
That's really useful because, yeah, indeed, I would guess that a lot of data is gated behind Telegram channels or Discord community. So you will have a community that provide those data, and they will be incentivized to do so. How are you thinking of incentivizing to share data or verify them?
Yeah, so that's why also we are building this solution with the blockchain, because we need to have a game theory behind the reward of the diggers. That's the people that collect and verify data. And the reward is based on our token, of course. And the thing is that if someone collects a data, he will have more reward. If he verify a data, he will have a little bit less reward, because every task that the community participate, they have the source. And that's the most important for us, is to have a decentralized way to collect a lot of source in the crypto space. And that's why at the end, we are able to score each source according to the accuracy of data that they have. And having a decentralized community with a lot of skills in the crypto space, with experience in doing their own research, that's a very interesting way for us to use this strong on network of people that really knows exactly what is crypto about. And in addition to that, they need to have a fair compensation, of course, for their work. So that's why the one participating, they will have points for each data they provide and they collect and verify. And at the end of the season, which will last around 1 week, they will be able to transform these points into our token to get the reward that they need to have. So that's really the mechanism that we developed for rewarding the community. And our goal over time is really to ensure the retention of the diggers on our platform, because DigNow, the success of DigNow is really based on the fact that we need to have a decentralized community to increase our accuracy. That's the differentiation, and that's one of the value proposition of DigNow. So that's why the compensation for the diggers is very important, and we'll be very cautious about having a mechanism that will continue working over time according to the demand on the offer of data that we need to collect and verify. So that's why having a blockchain technology behind it is important, because we plan later to open a governance model by the diggers, for the diggers, to ensure that their interest is really linked to the decision that will be taken regarding TaskHub and DigNow over time. So yeah, that's why we're building on a blockchain, mainly to have this decentralization and decentralized power by the community.
Yeah. And I think you will need a strong mechanism as well to prevent abuse or spammers as well will try to take advantage of the point system or incentivization.
Yeah, we launched TaskHub 3 months ago, so we have more than 5,200 diggers that connected to the platform and started to dig data, and around 16,000 data verified by the community. And we already noticed some specific behavior, if I can call it this way. So that's why this training phase of the model is very important, because we just collect feedback, insights, and just improve the model after. So we know it's going to be like a continuous a model of improvement, and it will not be like, okay, we go in production and everything is okay. No, we're going to continue on a weekly basis to get feedback, just check that the data is well verified, and then improve the model over time. But we wanted to start as simple as possible and complexify it over time if it's needed, not to start too complicated without knowing exactly the needs behind it. Yeah.
Okay, great. And which step of the project are you in now? Are you finished with the R&D? Are you soon starting the go-to-market?
Yeah. So now, in fact, as a data infrastructure, we are developing the AI part. We are developing the TaskHub. So TaskHub, the first version is already live. Regarding the AI part, we are working on it. It's not finished yet. We will have a first version in the next weeks, where we are going to do a lot of tests with our partners. And then at this stage, we will be able, I think, to have our first pilot customers to start selling data and check that the accuracy is good. The verification of data over time is automated, and that will be a very important part for us. So from there, we will start to go to market to sell our solution. The first one that will be available will be API. That will be the most convenient for us. And then we're going to work on the dashboard for people to visualize the data of DigNow. Yeah. And we are about to start an accelerator program. So I cannot share the name because it's not official yet, but the contract is signed. So we know that during the next 3 months, we're going to have a lot of support also regarding the go-to-market, the community development. And that's very important for crypto startup, to be able to discuss with other people with more experience that did that before. And this is how you grow. This is how you learn. You need to have feedback, and you need to brainstorm with other people. So yeah, I'm quite excited with the accelerator program.
Congrats for getting into an accelerator. But the AI
Thank you.
agent space is very trendy and crowded currently. How do you plan on getting through the noise?
Yeah, so that's a very important question. Thank you for asking this one. If you look at the last bull run, I think at the beginning it was still possible to follow each new project launching on a daily basis, like in 2020. Maybe not in 2021, but in 2020. That's what I did at this time. And now, if you look at the market, it's just like exponential, the number of crypto projects out there. It's almost impossible to follow, the new projects, the trend, because now you've got more niche in the space like RWA, AI, DeFi. So it's almost impossible for someone to follow the market, and that's why we just arrived to this step where a human cannot follow the market, and we need to have a more data-driven approach. So that's one of the the value proposition of DigNow, because we are going to focus on smaller crypto market cap projects because they are really undercovered now, because a lot of the needs in the market is regarding the larger project with a high market cap. So there is all these kind of small projects that are undercovered, and we need to work to identify them and to verify data, because this is where you can have a lot of return on investment if you're an investor or if you're a user, to find the best project to use on a daily basis. So that's one of the things that we are really focusing. And because of that, as a project as DigNow, we need to have a lot of support from a lot of partners. That's why I say again, but the network is very, very, very important for us and for all the others. And if you want to try to access the top tier one launchpad, the top tier one exchange, accelerator, investors, then you need to have a big network that will help you to achieve your goals. And if someone come without a network in the space and just create a company in crypto, it's very, very complicated for them to do that if they don't have the network. So that's why we decided at the beginning with my co-founder to really leverage everyone that we knew, get feedback regarding the project, be challenged, of course, just to verify the product market fit. And that's why we are quite confident now that we're going to succeed, because there is a product market fit and it has been validated with a lot of people in the space right now. So yeah, that's quite complicated for a lot of projects to get some hype, because there is too many projects on the market. Yeah, of course, that's a complicated. Yeah.
And now to go on a more career topic, with the democratization of AI agents, what do you think about the future of work? Do you think people will lose their job over AI agents, or Do you think new kinds of jobs or role will emerge in the future?
Yeah, that's funny because I was talking about it with some friends during the weekend. We are using AI like at least 1 to 2 hours per day. And for my CTO, it's like maybe 3 to 4 hours per day. Um, what we figure out by using that, it's the speed that you can move forward with a lot of tasks at the same time using AI. And I think human will get much more efficient, maybe a little bit less autonomous, of course, if they use AI. And I really think that in a lot of companies in coming months, starting by month and then coming years, um, it will be very yeah. One of the consequences that a lot of them will don't need to have the number of people that they have today, because if you have a team of 10 developers, for example, maybe you can have like 5 or 6 people using AI. That will be okay. And maybe it will be still too high. So I think the trend is really there. A lot of people are going to get much more productive using AI solution in all the works, in the all the kind of job, not the manual one yet, but it will come later. And I think that it will create a lot of opportunities for a lot of people, because if you think about the new technology arriving before in our history, in the human history, um, you understood that a lot of jobs disappeared because they were replaced by technology, and it's going to be the same with AI, I'm pretty sure. But um, what's the good news with that is the fact that it's going to create a lot of opportunities, especially for the one that decided to learn about AI, to use AI on a daily basis for their work. Um, and I'm pretty sure that kind of new kind of work or job are going to be created in the coming years, just to ensure the security of AI, just to ensure the infrastructure of AI behind it. And it's going to have a much more opportunities for some specific profile, while on the other side, some, I'm pretty sure, will lose their job because of AI. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's clearly what I think. Yeah.
Okay. And for people who are interested in this, what tech stack would you recommend to start getting hands-on with AI agents? So either Web3 or non-Web3 tools.
Yeah. I think there is no specific one, because for me, AI is like, do you know Excel, or do you know Microsoft Office, for example? So it's like in a lot of countries, they ask you to speak English. So if it's not your native language, so you need to speak English. You need to know how a computer work, how to use a computer. And I think it's going to be common for 80% of the job, just to say, okay, are you able to do some prompt engineering and to use AI to increase your level of efficiency? So it's going to become a standard if it's not yet already one, and everyone will have to use it. If you say you don't use AI, it's like you say, you apply to an office work and say that you don't know how to use a computer. They will just say, okay, so we don't hire you. So I think the most important for everyone would be not tech roles, of course, but business roles, to just use AI, understand the limitation, understand the hallucinations of the model for now, even if it's going to get better in coming months and coming years. But I think that people need to use that for works, for private needs, and they will understand the limitation. They will understand how to speak to them, because when you are used to do that, you understand that according to the question that you ask, he will say that you're doing a great job, and according to the prompt that you do to verify that, you can be completely destroyed by AI. And I think one of the most important thing for that is the fact that by knowing and by understanding how it works, you can be much more distant about it, saying that it's not because the AI said that's the reason, or that's how I should modify my email or contact one customers, or or doing a report, for example. So
Mhm.
we need to use it to keep our autonomy as human, and you really need to, you know, to go through the first step when you think that okay, it's not working, and then you said, oh, it's very powerful. And the third step, I think, is to say, okay, it says that, but is it really related to my needs? And I need to be autonomous in my decision making regarding AI. And I think it will be complicated for the younger generation to have this kind of distance, you know, regarding AI. So yeah, I think that's what I would suggest for anyone to do. Practice, understand the limitation, and use it at your advantage, even if you're looking for a job.
Thank you. And so final question already, are you currently looking for more talents to join your team? And what can we expect from DigNow in the next 6 months?
Yeah, so for now we're not. We are fundraising currently, so we have new campaign that will be live soon with a top company. So after that, we're going to, of course, scale the team, especially data engineer, data scientist, all the tech and data team. So this is the kind of role that we're going to look at very, very soon, question of month. And regarding DigNow, we are going yeah, to have our solution ready for customers end of Q3. So that will be the most important for us, and the validation that everything we're doing is working. And that's the beginning, because after, of course, you need to have process to ensure, you know, the retention of your customers over time. And that will be one of the most important thing for us to as a step. And in addition to that, we're going to launch the token end of Q3. So we know that it's going to be a lot of work, a lot of time invested, because we need launch pads. We need to have a very defined marketing strategy with QL to get the traction that we plan to have if we want to have a successful launch. So yeah, first customer and launching the token will be the first two priorities for DigNow in the coming 6 months.
Great. Thanks a lot, Pierre, for sharing your insight. Congrats again for getting into an accelerator, and wishing the best as well for your fundraising. We are looking forward to hearing more news about DigNow in the coming months. So if you want to stay connected, guys, do follow us on X at Unicast AI for future AMAs and Web3 career insights. Of course, join our Telegram job board, t.me/unicastjobs. And obviously, check out DigNow. We'll include all the links and their socials into the description. So thank you, Pierre. Do you have any closing words?
Yeah, just wanted to thank you, Johan, for the AMA. It was really really great discussion with great question. I really loved it. And yeah, I hope everyone also learn some interesting things and want to know more about DigNow. So yeah, if you want to follow us on social media to get more information, it will be a pleasure to welcome you on our community. And yeah, of course, Johan, when we'll have some new job opened, let's discuss together so your community also can try to benefit from it. And happy to come back in some month, maybe to give you some updates regarding DigNow on the evolution of the market in AI times crypto. Maybe could be cool.
Great. Thanks again. And thank you guys for tuning in. And we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.